What if I told you that the very fabric of our society was woven with an invisible thread, a thread that has influenced countless aspects of our lives, often without us even realizing its impact? This thread, my friends, is called white supremacy culture. In the late 18th century, the concept of white supremacy culture began to take shape. It was a time when Europe and America were undergoing significant changes, and racial hierarchies were being established to justify the colonization and exploitation of non-European peoples. The idea that white people were superior to other races was used to legitimize these actions. Fast forward to the 19th century, white supremacy culture began to permeate through societal norms and institutions. It was a culture that promoted white norms and values as superior and standard, while other cultures and races were seen as inferior or abnormal. This period saw a rise in discriminatory laws and practices that further reinforced racial hierarchies. In the 20th century, white supremacy culture continued to evolve. Despite the civil rights movement and various laws designed to promote racial equality, white supremacy culture remained deeply ingrained in society. The culture manifested itself in more subtle ways, including systemic racism and racial bias in education, housing, employment, and criminal justice. Now, in the 21st century, the fight against white supremacy culture continues. While progress has been made, the legacy of white supremacy culture is still evident in many aspects of our lives. The culture is often perpetuated through unconscious bias, microaggressions, and the lack of representation of people of color in positions of power. In conclusion, white supremacy culture is not just about overt racism or hate crimes. It's a complex system that has been woven into our society over centuries, influencing our norms, values, and institutions. It's about the invisible thread that shapes our perceptions, biases, and actions, often without us even realizing it. The journey to dismantle white supremacy culture is a long and challenging one, but it begins with awareness. It's about recognizing the invisible thread and challenging it. It's about acknowledging the legacy of white supremacy culture and working towards a more equitable and inclusive society. So, remember, the thread of white supremacy culture is woven deeply into our society, but it is not unbreakable. With awareness, education, and action, we can begin to unravel it. It's up to each and every one of us to challenge the norms, question the biases, and strive for a society where all cultures are valued and respected.